Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be doing kind of a 3D umbrella today. So we're going to be using the element of form because form is just the shape when it's 3D, right? We are also going to be using the element of shape because we need circles to make this form. And we'll be using the element of line for the handle of your umbrella. So your media today is going to be paper, and it can be colored paper, it can be white paper, whatever you have at home is perfectly fine. You're going to also need scissors, a glue stick, and a circle to trace. Miss Masterson just used a sour cream lid for my circle. So the first thing you have to do is trace your circles out and cut them out. Miss Masterson has already done this step, so let me move this out of the way and show you that I already have all of my circles. I did 12 circles just because I wanted it to be rainbow colored, and I did them twice. So 6 and then 6 again. I cut more than one at a time. So in other words, I stacked 3, 4, or 5 pieces of paper, traced my circle, held them really tightly, and cut them all at the same time. However, as easy as for you is fine. You probably don't need 12 unless you're using bigger circles. It depends on the size of your circle. If you're doing it smaller, you probably need a little bit less, okay? But I did 12 for what I put together. After you get those circles cut out, you're gonna have to start folding. So you're gonna fold in half, and you really wanna be aware of how you're folding. You want those seams to match. So fold it in half, right? And then you're gonna fold a second time until you get this kind of a little triangle shape. Okay, so the circles, these are our shapes, and then what we're turning them into is our form. So there's one, and you have to do this to every single one. I'm only gonna show you 3. I've already got a lot of mine folded, and then I'll show you the next step. So fold in half again. Okay, there's 2. Fold in half. And fold in half again. All right, so I've got those done. At this point, you can start gluing them together, and it's up to you the order you want it to go in. Miss Masterson was just kind of going with the rainbow theme, so I did the order of the rainbow. So I start off with red, and I'm gonna start off with these parts out. This is where you're gonna need your glue stick. I'm gonna take my glue stick, I'm gonna put some glue on the outside, kind of keep it folded. Take my next piece, which again, Miss Masterson put all of hers together. So I'm gonna do a red again, making sure that they're lining up, press down, glue again. Next would come orange. Okay, again, doing orange again. Let's see, oops, I'm doing it in the wrong direction, so I'm gonna flip it over. You want those open parts to be at the bottom. You see that? Open part to be at the bottom, closed part to be the back. So pressing down. Next would come yellow. So again, pressing down. Closed part at the back. You can see all the closed parts, open parts on the bottom. So you want them all going in the same direction. Oh, there's my yellow. I lost one of my yellows. Here we go. Pressing down. Next is going to be green. Making sure the open part's bottom, closed on the side. And you just keep going, guys. So you get all of those colors lined up, all facing the same direction. And glue. So we're almost there. Uh-oh, glue again. Throwing my glue stick here. Purple this time. Open at the bottom, closed on the side. And the last one Now, if you want to, if you have like a wooden skewer or anything like that, you could turn this into a 3D project pretty quick. So in other words, I could take and just go ahead and put a little bit of glue here and make a 3D umbrella instead of doing the 2D option. So the 2D option, you're gonna glue this side and this side, and you're gonna lay them down, and it gives you that 2D option. If you wanna put two of them together, you could do that also and make a bigger one. And you don't have to turn this into an umbrella. If you want to do something else creative with it, it could be the back of a turtle, it could be just a fun pinwheel design. Whatever you want to do with it is fine with Miss Masterson, okay? But if you want to turn it into your umbrella, then you basically just draw that J shape going down, and I made it a little thicker. I drew it with Sharpie, and then you would glue down your folded umbrella on top. If you want to do a sky background, or if you want to do some raindrops, completely up to you. You guys get creative with it, and I can't wait to see all your ideas. Talk to you soon.